studio in Photoshop right now. Go
Are you
away.
sure?
Uh,
We
You
could
always
draw
need those.
things
I
right
know it
now.
thinks it needs. Okay. All right. Ready for me to be obnoxious?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Stretch and okay. Hello and welcome to the Dorky Damsel Dealings Triple D podcast. My name is Mose, and I'll be hosting today's episode alongside Artemy, Larka, and Uni. Yay! With me horrifyingly at the reins of today's adventure, I've decided our fun topic today is discussing Comic Cons, anime convention, rent fairs, etc., etc. Basically the place where if you're living in your mom's basement and or leaving your nerd den, this is the one place you go and actually socialize with people. So a little bit about my own personal experience. I've been going to Midwest conventions for probably close to actually 13 years now. And I've been competing in cosplay conventions since 2022, all thanks to Uni and her support. I've been kind of growing in the competitive field. I just a year ago won Best Journeyman at my most recent convention, so we're climbing the ranks slowly but surely. But today I feel like it's gonna be a fun time to share kind of our own personal experiences. I know not everybody here is a big con goer, probably as much as me. I'm kind of an addict. I have way too many badges and experiences.
I would be an addict too if I had a little bit more money. So
that, that's understandable. Conventions are very expensive, but I know some people probably have their own personal. So we'll talk kind of a mix too of people go to run fairs, maybe concerts to throw in, or just like pretty much public events, just anywhere where you're enjoying and having a fun time with maybe a hobby or an event or spending too much money, which is a symptom of these events. So to kind of get the ball rolling, I wanted to see, do you guys actually have a favorite convention or event that you love to attend? Maybe a yearly tradition or some place that you have a lot of fond memories of that you can recall?
I have a lot of those. I have a
Yeah.
lot of those. Yomicon is my favorite.
Oh, and they're in Detroit. That's a
Yeah.
pretty big one.
We just haven't been able to go in a long time because of COVID and then the issues they were having. But I want to try and go
Yeah.
again with you soon.
Y- Yeah, it's definitely one of those conventions that unfortunately had bad management. There was rumors and stories that the I guess the lead for the convention wasn't actually donating charity money, and so there was just a lot of
Yeah.
and I should say a lot of boycotting, and eventually also it led to even like they were put almost like on a block list, so like big name celebrities and voice actors would not go. So yeah, it's definitely had a little bit of trials, but I know you and I have had a lot of fond memories of the convention in the past. So it was a pretty good
Yes.
time.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes. Yes.
Artemy or Larka, do you guys have fun events that you guys like to go to? It doesn't have to be specifically a con. If there's, a festival or concert or even, some place that you love to travel to.
Yeah. So I've been to a few JFAC back in the day.
Ooh,
Um
that's
and
classic.
Oh
so
That's
yeah,
Grand
JFAX.
Rapids convention.
We went
yeah.
as Gurren
And
Lagann
so
that one time in senior year of high school. We went as Gurren
yeah.
Lagann.
Yeah. Yep, went
Yeah.
as Nia from Gurren Lagann. And so it's been a minute since I went to like an anime convention. I think my last one that I went to was JFAX, and I went as Armin from Attack on Titan. And
Cool.
so
I
That
actually,
was
I did a
good.
Levi cosplay one time. I had the whole jacket
and
and I
Sick.
made, yeah, it was fun.
yeah,
Uh,
and then I was like dying because it was like 95 degrees outside
I
and
remember.
oh, did you
really,
have like the
We
full
met you.
really
jacket?
No,
humid. Yes,
we met you
and
guys
then I also had
there.
a wig.
We met you and
Yeah,
your husband there.
and
That's when
yes,
that was my first time going to a convention with Mose. And you guys went
yeah.
Oh, yeah, we
you
did
guys
like
I
went to
didn't
a
a,
rave
know we still
afterwards.
together. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so that was fun.
is that the
but
one we did
yeah,
like a steampunk cosplay
Yeah,
together?
that was our
yes,
steampunk
That was that one?
cosplay with my ex-husband. Yeah.
Oh,
That was super
that
and
was
fun.
fun.
so
I made a
yeah,
giant rocket
so that was
launcher.
my
It was a good time.
I made a giant scythe.
yeah. That was my last like anime convention I went to. I've been to a handful of like themed concerts and stuff. The most recent one I've been to was a Shrek rave when I went as a goth fairy godmother. So it was pretty eventful. I like doing kind of like goofy things and kind of like a sort of unspoken rule that we do with the goofy sort of convention things because they're usually one and done sort of events. We don't spend any more than like $20 on what we're doing. And so if
I
it's
could never.
yeah, like our Halloween costume when I went as a trash bag narwhal. Yeah. So,
I remember
so
that.
That is
Ah,
peak costume making. I
it
need to
was
see
pretty
pictures
great.
someday if you have
It
some.
was pretty great.
I don't know if you guys are ready for trash bag narwhal. I will post some pictures,
Hold
but
on, I'm gonna
I
make
think
a
I'm ready. I think I'm spiritually ready.
I'm gonna make a thing for that for like
How many text
costume
channels are you gonna
pictures.
make in this Discord?
So many. I need
so
organization.
many.
I have to have it. It's fine.
Okay, okay,
But
okay,
yeah,
okay.
Don't
so
judge me.
I like doing silly things. I especially like doing like budget silly things because you really got to go outside the box when you
Mhm.
are severely limited. And so get a lot of unhinged ideas. So
It's
As you can
true.
tell from my mess of a room, I spent a little too much when I'm costume making. So it can
oh
be
yeah.
a costly process, but it's always fun. Like one time at my
Oh yeah.
office, we actually had just a tiny little Halloween costume contest, and me being like a cosplayer, I was like, "Oh, I got this in the bag, right?" No, I
Yeah.
lost to my coworker who wore a box with boxing gloves. That's it. I lost to him.
Oh boy. See, setting my kiddos
I
up.
was
We
like,
have
what have I done wrong? Like, I literally handmade this costume.
Because
Why?
we are
that was
currently
funny.
painting boxes from the school, like the diaper boxes and like the extra like plate boxes and stuff like that. We're currently painting those because they want to be wardens from Minecraft. So
There you
that's what we're
go.
currently
Fair
working on
response.
right now. To
Larka
set them up right.
actually Larka actually took me to my very first anime convention at JFAX. We went as she went as a Pokemon trainer and I went as a Skitty. She was my
Yeah.
trainer.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cute. I'm all for
So
Pokemon cosplays, as you can kind of tell with my Arcanine cosplay hanging out here.
yeah,
I am
it
absolutely
was our
all.
very, very first one.
Mhm.
And it was so much fun. That was so much fun. I remember that. You made me I like battled a random other like Pokemon or whatever and you
Yeah.
just threw a Pokeball at them. After we both fainted. Like, I don't know. It was hilarious. It was so great. I miss
Gotta get
My
in
Oh
first
boy.
convention was actually YumaCon all the way back in 2012 or 2013. And I didn't know anything about like cosplaying or what to expect. Just that my friends were like, "This is so much fun, a bunch of anime stuff." And so I went, and I remember just being when I saw everybody's costumes, my little brain just went, and I was like, "I have. This is my calling." And ever since I've been like literally cosplaying for all those years. It's only been recent that I like finally got the courage to compete, and that's because Uni was like, you should do it, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm not that good.
And
And so
then
Uni's
you
just like,
ended up killing
bro.
it. So
So I have I like competing now. It's not even so much just for getting the prize or placement. Honestly, just connecting with the cosplay community has been so much fun. I've literally stood in line and everybody's like, who I'm competing against is giving me praise and like, your costume's so amazing, it's so great, how
you're
did you
so
do this
nice.
and that, and I'm like, thank you. Or like I got off stage one time and the people I was competing with were like cheering for me the loudest. They were like, "You did amazing! You were fantastic!" And I'm over there like, thank you, guys."
I remember
Like they're the
standing
type
in
that will
line with
help
you.
you. It's
I
just
remember standing
great.
in line with you and just the people were so fun. They were so great. They were nice and it was great.
Yeah,
I
the only
Yeah.
time I remember that convention though, there was one lady
The one
behind
lady
me
who
who kept
would not get
complaining.
off your tail either. That
Yeah,
one
because
lady who
I
would
was
not
playing
get off your
paladin for my
tail.
cosplay, and I didn't raise the tail high enough. It was very close to the ground, and so she would literally step on it, and I would be like tapping her. I'm like, excuse me," and she would just she missed it. I
Ignore.
was like,
I think she was just
that's okay.
kind of like I just think she was too focused on other things and just wasn't paying attention.
I
Because
mean,
like
it
I
is a
talked to her,
pretty
she seemed pretty nice. She's just kind of
yeah, and unfortunately,
so
there's one other lady in that like competition who kept complaining that she never won, and she's been competing at this convention for years. And I was like,
it's like, well,
that's all.
then
Like
learn from it and try to do
that's kind of the point. You're supposed to be able
better.
to
Like
like
you're
talk
supposed
to
to
the
learn.
judges
Yeah.
and see if you can always improve in better
Right. And
ways. You
everybody's
don't you
super
don't
nice.
win them
So
all.
yeah, it's like also everybody's super nice. So if you wanted to and you like really were concerned about winning, you could just be like, hey, can you give me tips, tricks, advice, to do better?
Yeah.
Like, what can I do better? Rather than just complain you never win. Because, like, if you complain you never win, it's not going to change anything. You still have to change what you're doing. Like,
Well, and I think it's a big
fix
perspective.
it.
If you go into one of these competitions with your only goal, like I have to win, I have to win. That's my only focus. I got to get best in show, or I got to get the prize money and stuff like. I think you kind of lose the value. A lot of people that I competed with, they're doing it a way to kind of show off their craft and also learn like how to better improve. It's kind
Right.
of their way of showing off their work. And that's what I love, like connecting with people, even if I don't get a placement, just connecting with people afterwards about their own cosplays, or connecting with fans who saw me on stage and it was like, I need your picture. That was amazing. And I'm just like, thank you.
That's so
So
cute.
I love competing. It is fun. But Larka, do you have any fun uh events, conventions, Ren fairs, anything that you enjoy?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am, like, also a fan of JFAX, or, like, our other local convention. Just the Grand Rapids Comic Con is also pretty fun.
Yeah, it
I haven't gone as much recently just because I know I spend way too much money whenever I go to those, so
is.
I've been
No
withholding, at least
self-control.
recently,
Nope, I
a little
set a
bit of
limit,
self
break that limit
I
every
know,
time.
it's so
Every
hard.
time.
But yeah, I do really love going to those. I have gone to like the Denver Comic Con before when I was living out in Denver for a couple of years, which was a really cool experience actually. I got to meet William Shatner actually when I was out
Oh,
there
cool.
That
and
is
got to
super
get a picture
cool.
with him. That was actually when I was dressed as a captain, like in the Star Trek fleet, which was really cool.
Yep.
So it was a lot of fun. I kind of nerded out with that too. So, I got to meet a whole bunch of actually really cool actors because Denver's obviously they can pull in some big names.
Yeah,
So,
with a convention
Yeah.
that size.
yep. So it was really cool. A fun experience out there. But yeah, I've done a lot of those. But I mean, really, my more regular thing probably would be Renaissance fairs. I do the Michigan, like the Holly
I want to
Renaissance Fair a lot.
go. I want to
I
go. I wanted
know.
to take my engagement photos there, to be honest with you.
I know, I thought about that too. They actually have a really cool, like, package for that too, for weddings and stuff, but,
Well, we're doing our
um
own. I have like a tripod that I can hook my phone up to
okay.
so that we could do our own because we're trying to
Still,
do as
yeah.
cheap as possible. But like the environment would just be great.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I feel like the last year I went, it got, I feel like it was super busy, like, but then the lines were, like, really, really backed up for whatever reason. Like, it would take you, like, almost an hour just to get, like, a turkey leg
Mm.
or, like, a drink, which was kind of annoying, but I don't
Yeah.
know if it was just a busy time when we had chosen to go, but, they've definitely gotten a lot more popular, as things have been going on, but hopefully this year they've gotten things a little bit more on top of it. I know you have to pay for parking now this year, which
Oof.
is new.
Mm. Yeah.
Um, but, it's a great, like, group of actors and stuff they have in there. The shops are always really cool and unique, even if you're just going and browsing, but there's a whole variety of stuff in there, but dressing up for that is a lot of fun. I mean, I usually do some sort of, like, I don't know, piratey wench lady. It's just 'cause that's
See,
always
that
kind
sounds
of
so
fun.
cool. I
Fair.
actually have not been to a Renaissance
I
fair
want
before
me
either.
neither, and I
I
want to
feel
go.
like the
I have
kind of
not
person I am,
either.
I should
It's
definitely.
fun.
So it's so. I love
Idea.
seeing like videos of people's,
Mhm.
We
trips to the
should
Yeah,
all
fair.
I love
go
it.
together some year.
And you can do
Yes.
steampunk stuff too. I know you
Photo.
guys like steampunk. There's a lot of people that do that. People do plague doctors a lot, obviously. But I mean, just a lot of people just like to do like pirates and all that kind of stuff. They have themes each week. So sometimes there's
I saw that.
Vikings. So there's like
That's
Viking weekends. But it varies. So if you check on their normal like websites, it'll vary. Most Renaissance fairs, I feel like kind of do that. They'll rotate each weekend on a different theme so that people can
Mm-hmm.
kind of dress up on what they want. They have pet weekends too, like where you can bring your dog dressed up, that kind of a thing too,
Oh,
which is kind of cute. But yeah, I
mm,
don't know. I like those kind of things. That's my usual. I've been trying to do more interactive, like gifting, at least with my husband, so that we can do more things like together gift wise. So I've been doing more
mm-hmm.
concert stuff with him. So I think our more recent one they went to was I got him for his birthday, I think it was his birthday, we went to see Avenged Sevenfold when they came to Grand
Oh, that's
Rapids.
awesome.
That is really cool.
Yeah. That was really cool. Yeah, so we've seen a couple different bands and stuff like that. I've been trying to do fun concerts and things just to kind of do something together, which has been really cool. But it's just a fun experience just being with people, like you were saying, even just like cosplay conventions, just like the whole atmosphere. It's like,
Mhm.
you're just like a big group all together, all excited about the same kind of thing. I feel like it's a lot of fun.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that is really
absolutely love it.
cool.
I know recently my kind of new favorite convention I've been going to is actually Anime Milwaukee, which has kind of been like my new replacement for YumaCon. Now I probably will go back to YumaCon. I heard they're under like new management and things are doing better, so it's definitely like put a put a pin in that. But Anime Milwaukee, it's just I have friends over in Wisconsin, and they're like, you got to check out these conventions over here, and I'm like,
You still have to take me to
okay.
that one.
You would absolutely love it if you love
I
YumaCon.
just need
This is
shopping money, so it might be a
One
second
Well, you got
because
a
I
job now,
spend
right? So there you go.
yes, but I've spent hundreds of dollars at conventions. Hundreds.
Yeah,
That is
between
I
getting
have
the
zero self
hotel.
control. Like none.
mean,
Yeah, I think I'm going to Anime Milwaukee again in March of 2026,
That sounds really
and
fun.
and like the hotel room, because I'm kind of splitting with some friends who are wanting to go. It's still like for between Thursday and a Sunday, it's like over like $500.
That's a lot of
Just like
money.
it is, because
That's a lot
we
of
in
money.
purposely picked
Milwaukee.
also a hotel at the convention.
Oh, that makes
So,
sense.
but yeah,
That
we're
makes
splitting
sense.
the room. It's like 2 beds between 4 people.
That makes
So
sense.
we're kind of like, well, we want to do it this year at the convention because I've had issues where um we try to save on like cost of parking, and so I'll like tag team with people. I'll carpool with you to the convention. But I'm boring as heck. I usually wrap up a day around 10 or 11, especially if I've been in cosplay all day, and the costumes I make are not something light that you wear all the time. So come the
Yeah.
end of the day, I'm tired. I want to, sit in a bath. I just want to relax. And but I seem to always partner up with people who are recently want to, like, oh, they want to go to the rave or go to that panel that's at 2 a.m. And I'm like,
See, we've
oh,
never had issues because
I think you've
usually
always respected
I have, and also
drainage.
even even though I wanted to go to like the 1 a.m., 2 a.m. panels, I also get exhausted by the time that time runs around, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'll still
eh.
stay late and do some of the late night panels, but
Yes, just
after the
not
midnight
those ones.
point, I'm like, but yeah, Anime Milwaukee is actually very cool. Their guest list isn't anything too extensive that I've seen. Maybe it's something, but I've never, surprisingly, that's never why I've been big on going. I always have fun with the panels and the cosplay, and of course the artists and all that stuff. So
I
good time.
like so this is a little off topic, but when Larka was talking about meeting like celebrities and stuff at a convention, I Grand Rapids Comic Con. Yeah, was it, or was it MC3 where I was dressed as Gwenpool and met the artist of Gwenpool, like the
Oh, that
original
was Grand
artist of
Rapids Comic
Gwenpool.
Con.
That was, and I got
That's
I was
dope.
I bought the very first, like I bought the very first thing from her stand out of
You made
anybody,
her
like that
day. She
day.
was
Like
so
we took
geeked out to
pictures
see.
together. She was geeked out. I was like
Yeah.
in like, oh my gosh, it was so great. It made me
Yeah, because
so
I was
happy.
I was Spider Gwen and you were Gwenpool, and when she saw your Gwenpool cosplay, she was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like she
And
was like fangirling over Uni's costume. Like it was so cute.
in the other two videos we've done so far, podcast episodes we've done so far, you can actually see in the background the picture I bought from her. It's hanging on my wall.
Yeah, because she was like,
It was
the
hanging on my
like
wall.
the
It was
OG artist or one of the
OG
artists for.
artists of Gwenpool, or at least one of them, yeah. And
Yeah, which is
I got a
that was
picture
like I
from
remember
her.
when we saw that her on the guest list. I'm like, well,
It was really cool.
we gotta say hi, because it's
It
funny
was
as
so
I think
cool.
sometimes the actual like manga and comic book artists feel like sometimes they get the least attention. Funny enough, at conventions, like,
Yeah, which
so
is
I think it just
weird.
makes their day when you actually spend the time to like see their work, and
Well, it was
even
great
in
because I was
in
dressed
Uni's
up as
case to dress up
her.
as one of her characters. Yeah,
Yeah, it was so
so
much fun. That was
Well,
a great experience.
leading to another fun convention question. Do you guys have a convention or run fair or even like concert horror story? Or maybe something very memorable? Some kind of event that kind of stuck in your mind that you're like, all right, I love these kind of events, but got any fun stories like that? If need be, I can start. I got one. When I went to YumaCon years ago, this is probably before I was, had met Uni. I went to YumaCon with a close friend of mine, and we had other friends who were at the convention, but we were kind of split up across different like hotels in the Detroit area. And at YumaCon, the big hotel that they've always would use was the Renaissance building, which is, the Marriott, which is this humongous hotel. And we actually stood on the 51st floor, which had a beautiful view of Detroit and the convention. And it was great. And it was so nice because it's like the hotel was at the con, so you could just walk back and forth, just take the elevator and go, we're at our room. Well, one of my friends who had his hotel all the way across the city was like, hey, I'm having some transporting, issues. Do you mind if I leave my cosplay here in your room and I'll pick it up first thing in the morning? I forget which character. He was a Persona 4 character. And so he had this whole like huge coat and mask. And, I was like, well, tomorrow's Sunday and we got to leave our room by 11. We got to check out at 11. I said, if you can get here before then, that would be fantastic. And he was like, yep, totally. Um, come next morning, my friend, of course, she's very big in the makeup, so she had pretty much like a suitcase worth of body paint and makeup. And I'm packing up all my cosplay stuff, and we start waiting, and my friend, he never showed up. And me being as young as I was like, I really don't want to stay here past the checkout time. I don't want to get like fined. I don't know. And we're on the 51st floor, keep in mind. And so we're packing up, I'm carrying all his costume stuff and suitcases, and we're starting to walk to the elevator. Well, being Sunday at YumaCon, which usually has a guest list of around 20,000 attendees. So imagine all these people trying to get on this elevator to check out. Basically, the elevators were not running. And we're on the 51st floor. And I look at my friend and I say, and of course, again, I was pretty new at going to hotels, so I wasn't sure like how strict that 11 a.m. checkout time. So I'm like, we have to check out. We got to go. We can't just sit here. And we had so much stuff, and we walked all 51 flights down to the main lobby. That's a lot of stairs. I'm gonna let you know. And we got to the bottom, and then my legs were so sore. And here comes my friend walking into the building, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like,
I would have hit him
told
with it.
you. Yeah, I'd have thrown my shit at him, bro.
I
Like,
pretty much did.
bro.
I was pissed.
Oh,
I was so pissed because hundreds, hundreds of stairs. And we checked out on time. We got our stuff in the car, and it was still Sunday, so we decided, well, let's spend a few hours still checking out what's left of the con. Well, the next morning when I make it home, my legs are so sore I couldn't stand up. I didn't realize how
oh gosh.
much. At the time too, it's like, yeah, I'm not the most active person in the world, but I'm not like, physically incapable. But I literally woke up and collapsed. My legs were that sore from walking all those stairs and carrying all that luggage down. So, word of advice: leave on time, leave early. Just be patient and wait for the elevator. Just
Wait for the elevator. If your friend left their
I'm
stuff,
sure the hotel staff
toss it.
understands when thousands of people are trying to check out. But
Oh, they
man,
do. They probably do.
that was absolutely terrible. I wanted to bitch slap the man,
I
but
would have.
he's my friend,
I'd
and
have
so
done it
we
anyways. It could have been
I know
Artemy.
you would have.
I have a funny story actually. It's like really
I love
short
story times.
and
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's okay. We're all
And
good.
you
What
were
memorable?
there
Share.
for it. You were the only one there for it. And I
Oh,
don't
let's
know
see.
if you'll remember it because it was I
We'll
never
see.
made a big deal about it because it didn't matter at the end of the night. Okay, so you remember when it was like I think it was It was when YumaCon opened up after COVID, so you still had to wear the mask to
Oh yeah, because it was
YumaCon.
still 2021.
Yeah, and I was cosplaying as I was from Monster Hunter, right?
Oh
I was
yeah,
doing
you
the
were the Palico,
Kieran,
right?
the Kieran one. Or wait, was it the Palico? It was the Palico Kieran armor.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wearing that top that was basically not a top.
Yep. It was
um
like yeah.
by the end of the night, when we were leaving the Ren Center to go back to the Kobo to get our car,
Yeah, which is a good
it's a good walk.
mo-
When we
that's
were
a good walk.
leaving the Ren Center, my top came completely up, like, off my titties.
Oh,
But I came prepared for this moment. I was wearing body tape across everything. So it didn't matter. So, like, even though it slid up, I didn't feel it, but I was also wearing body tape, so nothing showed. Like, my boobs didn't move.
I'm
Like,
surprised
nothing.
I didn't because
And
I
then
would
I
have
just
been
kind of,
tripping out
I
like,
looked down, I was like, oh
no.
crap. And I just pulled it back down. I was like, all right.
I must have been like so hyper focused on getting to the car because YumaCon usually happens around Halloween, early November, and it's cold. It can get, we're talking winter temp.
It was so dark outside. We were
Oh,
going out the back of the side of the building that we don't
they're
usually.
thinking it's normal downtown Detroit behavior. People just flashing each other.
But luckily,
And you
like,
had
nothing
the
like,
cat
showed.
ears, the big tail.
I had the giant tail, friggin' over the knee boots or almost to the knee boots, and then I had like a skirt thing and white pants, and then this like shirt that was just
You
some
were
string.
very adorable though. I loved your costume.
It was very cute, but I remember that moment, and I am not horrified by it because nothing ended up showing. Like, nothing.
Well, I'm just surprised. I
Nothing,
must have
but it
been
was just
so
like, oh
hyper
my
focused
God.
looking down. I feel like I would have noticed that if you were. I was probably like walking down the path, like
You were
gotta get
leading
out
me
fast.
out of the building. I think I was like upset because I think, is
Oh,
that the time I forgot my ID, or was that when we did
oh
Leah
yeah,
and
for one of the
Malachi?
18 plus panels.
Yeah, I left my ID at the hotel, and we had to pay for parking, and so I was like pretty upset. I think that was the one, unless that was the time
Yeah.
we did Leah and Malachi. And you had to lead me out of the building. You took some pictures of me to try and help me feel better on a balcony, and then you took me outside the building.
I mean, they were cute because they had a cool like oversight, and so I was like,
really
let's take
pretty.
some
They
fun
were really
pictures.
cute pictures. They were really cute pictures. I'm not even mad, but like, yeah, I remember that. But you were like slightly ahead of me, so I don't know if you like, or you were either next to me or like slightly
I was
ahead
trying to
of
be
me.
like, I'm your friend. Let me lead you, because
Let me
well,
lead you
you've
out.
had a lot of not to throw you out, but I know you've had a lot of anxiety and a bit of trauma in large crowds, like crowded
Yeah, I
areas.
have
So
agoraphobia
I would
of
hold your
crowds. Yeah.
hand when you were nervous or a little bit anxious, and I'd lead you out. So that wasn't
Mhm.
like, so I'm like, I guess that's not an uncommon thing for me to be ahead of you, because sometimes I would
No.
hold your hand to snake through the crowd,
Or
like
I
I'm
would hold
getting
the
you out
back
of
of
here.
your shirt so that you could be
Sure,
like
yep.
bulky and like make its
Get
way
out of the
through.
way.
It was depending on if you were
Put
in
on deodorant.
Yeah, it was like dependent on if you were in full cosplay or if you weren't. Depended on if we held hands or if I held onto your cosplay. Like, it
Yeah, we
was
were a
kind of like
lesbian couple most weekends.
every weekend. What do you mean? Every weekend. Like, every weekend we were a lesbian couple. We even shared a bed at the hotel room. Like, what do you mean?
Hey, we're making it cheap.
It's true, it was much cheaper.
We'd get like just
It's
a queen
fine.
size, sometimes a
We
king
would just
size if we were.
we would get some Jets pizza, chill on the bed and watch YouTube videos, and then like
It was always a good way
pass
to end the
out.
night, just to try to, yeah.
Unwinding. Yeah, it was great. It
Mm-hmm.
was really
Well, how
great.
about Artemy or Larka? Do you guys have
Yeah,
any
sorry.
fun or horrific? I know we're like sharing all our funny
So
con
sorry.
experiences, but what do you guys got?
See, the ones
That's
that I
okay.
went to when I was much younger, I got chaperoned to, so I didn't have a whole lot of as far as like trying to get into or out of the cons. I was simply dropped
But
off
you
or
got any
picked
fun
up.
memories of the Shrek rave?
Yes.
I want to hear.
As far as our concerts, though, there was the time I lost my car. It wasn't
Lost
exactly
your
a
car?
Yes. So we drove to a friend's house, and then we all went to this emo night sort of concert thing that we were doing. And so we went there. We kind of putzed around, did a little bit of bar hopping, and then decided to carpool back. And I forgot that I had driven. So I got dropped off back at my house. And then the next morning, we went to go visit my in-laws, and we go downstairs, and they're like, my husband goes, so, where's the car?
Oh.
Oh, where is the car? It's a good question. I have the car keys. So yeah, then we recalled which friend I went to. So there was now it's just kind of the ongoing joke of, get the AC is on, it's blasting me in the face. Can't sit there. But
That's the joke.
so now the ongoing joke is, I can go out and have fun, but I have to I either have to go with somebody or I have to promise to remember the car. I can't come home without it.
That's
So-
Yeah, put like a little
You probably
flag. You gotta put
shouldn't
like a
come
flag
home
on
without
it.
the car.
Yeah, there was
Might be a little difficult to get home.
Maybe.
losing
Or
my
maybe-
losing my shoes, losing my car. Yeah, there's losing my
Just
jacket.
having a wild night.
Every time.
I'm always losing something.
She's
It just
always
keeps
drunk.
increasingly getting more and more expensive. And like, yeah, the one when I lost my shoes though. I don't even think I was drinking at that one.
It's like, was
I
there
just-
tequila involved
She's
somewhere?
just blonde.
At one point, I guess I slipped them off, and then they just never went back on the feet. And then we went to go into another place, and the person checking ID is like, you need shoes." I was like, I don't have shoes. I'm sorry.
You're like, hold on. I need to go find where
My
shoes went."
apology.
Like, that wasn't
Promise.
intentional.
Yes. So shoes and jacket never recovered. Got the car back.
Oh my
But yeah,
That's
so
Were you drunk? Maybe you shouldn't be getting the car.
you know what? I will not drink and drive. I will drink and forget I even drove. So
Remember, kids, no drinking and
Sure, at
driving.
least you
That's
didn't
for
drive.
losers.
just forget that you even drove. It's fine.
That's fair.
Walk home with no shoes. It's great. No shoes, no jacket. It's cool. No car.
Just an
No
average
shoes, no
night
jacket,
for
no
Artemis.
problem.
Yeah.
So-
No shoes, no jacket, no car. Just free of all of life's problems.
She's
Great.
laying on the curb just as people are passing by, like, "Oh, don't
It's
look at the
fine.
homeless."
Yeah.
Don't look at that.
I remember thinking, yeah, it was great. Shrek rave. I think that was probably, unfortunately, one of the more disappointing raves that I've been to.
Aw.
It went from 8 to 1 in the morning, and during that whole span, they played 6 Shrek songs, and not the same 6 on repeat, just 6 of them.
And then a bunch of
Were
other
they all
random
like?
music.
Were they all like Smash Mouth?
They had one
Like
Smash
just-
Mouth song. They remixed Duloc. They played I Need a Hero. They played Accidentally in Love and I'm a Believer. Or sorry, and then there was one more. That was it. The
They
rest
just
were
played
like
those?
early. No, it wasn't even on repeat. It was just a bunch of like early 2000s music. Like I was like,
I suppose if you're
paid a
trying to
lot of
figure out how
money.
to entertain that many hours with
But
the
they have
Shrek
like
soundtrack.
how many movies?
No,
And they
they've
couldn't
had Shrek
figure
raves
it out.
before, and it's legit, like just straight up the Shrek soundtrack. They just remix it and they made it good.
It's gonna be the
Because
devil's
when you are
advocate, they're
charging
like,
people $50 a ticket to show up, like
Oh,
you make it obnoxiously great.
Yeah.
And so,
that's
Yeah,
a
that
lot.
sounds
dude,
really
really,
disappointing.
Okay, yeah,
So-
all right.
I was
Yeah.
disappointed with the Shrek rave. There were a lot of really cool costumes. Surprisingly enough, at that one, the most popular costume, there were a lot of dragons and there were a lot of blind mice.
Okay. then.
Dragons and blind mice.
I mean, I would go as a dragon.
I would smash the dragon.
So yeah, that was great. I didn't lose anything at that rave. So I mean, I lost
He
my
was
patience. I
sober,
did get
kids.
upset to DJ.
Yay!
And so, yeah. And
Larka's
there
just shaking
was,
her head.
remember
Don't worry,
thinking
Larka, you're
the
next.
line test. I was trying so hard to walk on the lines of the sidewalk. And like, whoever came up with the walking on the line was a genius. There's no way I'm staying on this line. It's not gonna
I
happen.
can't stay on
My
the
husband's
line
like, dude, just please
sober.
walk. Just please go. Keep going straight.
I can't walk the line sober.
This is true.
Meanwhile, I
It's
just
true.
figured out I would try hopping. My poor husband. He's got so much patience.
You're like, bless his heart.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to jump into the side of my car. Great.
Whee!
Yep. I can make
Don't
it through the
crowd surf the
window.
car.
It's like, I can make it through the window. No, just open the door, please.
Can
Just
I
God, open the door.
side quest
Make
for a
back in peace.
second before
Side
Larka
quest.
talks? Just 1 second because she talked about cars.
Oh,
I
no.
almost hit Artemy with my car outside of a Planet Fitness, and this mofo punched my car. She didn't move. She just punched my
No.
car.
What did you?
I wasn't
Wait,
like
are you
actually
thinking
going
it
to
was
hit
gonna
her.
hit me?
I wasn't going to actually hit her.
figured-
I was parking the car, and she just was standing right there and decided she's gonna hit me. Punch, and I was like, I wasn't even gonna
Yeah,
hit
I figured
you.
if she was gonna hit me, I was at least gonna get one good shot in.
They're all fight instinct, no survival instinct, no flight instinct, just fight. And she's
I
like,
walk
you
out
know
into
what?
traffic,
I'm gonna
so
take
you
this
know
car.
what? We neither of us have survival
I'm at least-
instinct.
like One Punch Man.
I'm at
but
least getting one hit.
She punches cars instead of moving out of the way. I walk in front of the cars intentionally, like
they'd be
it's
like,
fine.
"Excuse me, ma'am, why are you at the ER today?" Well, you see, I kind of punched a car, and they'd be like, "Are you drunk?"
Are you drunk?
You know what? At Planet
Maybe.
Fitness, I was not.
No,
I was sober.
surprisingly sober.
It actually kind of reminds me of when crossing in front of like traffic. So I've been to a convention with a close friend of mine, and she has a service dog. And it's funny is this service dog is pretty, is very well trained, but she's also pretty attached to me. And it was funny is we were at this crosswalk, and it was taking forever to just turn green. And I looked around, I'm like, there's no traffic. And I start to step out, and this dog just steps in front of me. And I'm like trying to walk around. This dog was literally stopping me from crosswalking. I'm like, I am not the one that needs service.
Get out of there. I know what I'm doing.
The dog like literally is just like just stares at me. I'm like,
No, just
I
like, no,
wait.
you need some
I'll
service.
You need some service. You're walking when it says not to walk.
There was no cars.
The dog's just like, dude, even I know this, and I can't even read.
I know. I'm like, this dog is smarter than I.
Yeah, right.
Lorca, we keep interrupting you. You got any fun stories or
Have to
horror
talk to
events?
us. Mhm.
I was trying to think back if there's really anything like crazy remarkable, honestly. I feel like overall my time at the cons hasn't been like too bad. I haven't had anything too crazy. I think the only thing for some reason, randomly enough, that keeps coming to mind was I think a Comic-Con I went to in Chicago. And I don't know why I'm randomly thinking of this. It just made me happy. But they randomly, so they had advertised that they were offering free ramen for everyone for the whole weekend, like ramen and soda, like as part of your ticket. And they didn't post anywhere in the whole con where this was. Like, so like nobody had any idea where this ramen room was. And so like go around the whole convention center trying to find it. And eventually we found it, but it was in a building across the street, like with nothing else. It was just that in the, but like, so we had to like travel. It was a ways away, but we had to go travel all the way across the street. Eventually we found it and we got, but it was just like little, like those is like little cups of ramen, and they were basically out. So, and they were supposed to be supplying for like the whole weekend as much as you wanted. And so they were basically running out already.
They were underprepared for the influx.
Yeah.
Also, that's
A bunch
super
of weebs
poorly-
wanting ramen.
Right, and it's also poorly
Yeah.
communicated. And what the fuck with a cup of ramen? Like,
So we were all like
Free food.
super disappointed, but we ate our cup of ramen. But we were like, we were hot and sweaty after like walking around the whole con trying to like figure out where this ramen room was because we were trying to save money because we wanted to buy other things at the con.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
That
we're
sounds
like,
like
yeah,
free
ramen.
food.
Yeah, but then it took forever, and we eventually we found it, but it was just like, okay, this is kind of
and then
sad
it was
and disappointing.
underwhelming once you did find
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. That's really the only thing with that I could think of was the sad ramen.
Sad
But
ramen story.
Sad
yes,
ramen.
I mean, I don't know. The only other thing I could think of was probably more recently. I went to I did it's actually something else that happened in Chicago, but I went to the Stray Kids concert in Chicago. Which I don't know if you guys probably have heard anything about that or not, but
Yeah, bit.
so
Yeah.
I think you told us
with
also in the last episode, like a teeny bit about that you
a
went
little
at
bit.
least. At least that
So
you went.
they're doing their world tour. I don't know why JYP sets it up like this, but they decide to set them up, these boys up with these outside stadiums for their shows. But so obviously Chicago, June, July, like summertime, you're like roasting temperatures outside,
Mhm.
and a lot of their summertime concerts in the US at least, actually honestly anywhere else they've been going have been like super super hot, so they were having issues with a lot of fans like having heat strokes and like overheating literally at the concert because venues like that are like, you're not allowed to bring anything in, you have to buy our
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And so people were waiting in
There should be
line to try to get in.
circumstances or like special
Yeah, but
reasons
they
for that.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
They were not allowing it, and so people were like literally having heat strokes in line or in the building because they couldn't get water access, and it was a big mess. Not currently in Chicago, that wasn't as big of an issue. They actually kind of corrected it because the one before had a lot of problems, and I don't know what had happened communication wise, but the actual stadium there was a lot better about like making sure people had water access. So they actually did a pretty good job with it there. It was definitely very hot. But yeah, the only thing that I had that was kind of weird, like complaint wise, was probably when we were all leaving, because the concert itself was great, but when everyone went to go, it was like a giant flood of people trying to get out of there, and
Oh,
I
that's
don't
always the
think
worst.
You have to have
I don't
so
think they
much
planned it
patience.
very well, and like most people we're staying in areas around there, and they don't have much like lodging around the Wrigley like field area. Like
Mhm.
they have some, but it's like super duper expensive, but it's still not very much. Like you have to stay a little bit outside of the actual like stadium area, and so most people take like the red line or like the train transit, and so literally I don't know, for whatever reason, I guess I don't know if they didn't plan it very well or communicate with like the metro line or whatever, that the concert was going to be letting out this time, but like there were like thousands of people trying to get on these trains to get back to like their hotels and like or where they were at parking lots.
Congestion.
Yeah, and so it
Mm.
was just like you're moving like you're like penguin waddling trying to get back
That is a
like
nightmare for me.
Yeah,
That
it
sounds
was
like your worst
that,
nightmare.
that is literally my worst nightmare.
Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, everyone was in a relatively good mood. There wasn't anything, luckily, too crazy going on. But there was a lot of like weird vendors trying to sell offshoot stuff in the street, of course. But other than that, my husband and I were just kind of penguin waddling, trying to get to the train so that we could get back. But it was just kind of dumb because they had it like blocked off. And I think I get part of the reason because there were so many people on the platform. They were worried about people like knocking each other off into the little pit thing where the train goes. So they
Yeah.
had to like, really block off the actual access to it. So, but that was, I don't know, it was just weird. It was just an interesting experience, but I feel like they could have planned it maybe a little bit better so that they had like more trains available or something, but or just a different plan of action. I don't know. They just didn't seem like they were very well organized, at least with like the let out.
Yeah, that always can kind of definitely kill a mood sometimes.
Yeah, but luckily I don't think anyone really got like hurt or anything along those lines, but it was just a lot of craziness. But luckily, everyone was in a relatively good mood because it was an amazing concert. So we all had a really good time. But it was just really hot and sweaty, and you don't want to be next to like hundreds of other people when you're all super hot.
The heat that radiates from that pit.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yep. So you're just like, I want to go and get into cold shower. So,
Did it also smell
um,
bad because everybody's hot and sweaty?
yep.
Yeah.
So one of those. But
No.
I mean, it was amazing. But I'm honestly surprised that those boys can do such like amazing choreography and like singing in those type of temperatures outside. Like
Lots of
Yeah, performers like
practice.
that, I would just die. This is not.
I
They
don't.
drink a
I'm
lot
not-
of water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like
How do you do that if you're performing on stage?
I know. I
It's-
don't know.
There's
I
only
really
so
feel like
much.
No, they
training,
have a
but
whole tankard in the back.
It's
Like,
fine.
yeah,
They're
well, they have people that
fine.
Like,
actually
like
going
a
out
beer
and giving
hat,
them
but just full of water while you're
yeah.
performing.
Well, I mean, they take bottles. I mean, they have people like literally standing there, like ready to give them water, and they'll like spray it all over themselves all the time on stage, which, um, people like watching anyway too. But they'll
Right.
drink water, that kind of stuff. But so
mhm.
they're like definitely getting their water. But I mean, just that much like activity on stage, and like they do, like the flamethrower things up on the stage
Oh,
most,
that
Oh,
produces
that's
so much
so
heat.
cool.
It's
and
so
like
cool, but that heat.
Heat, yeah, the heat's
fireworks,
super
things like
terrible, but
that
like
on stage. So yeah, they be roasting those boys. Also, I thought it was really funny. So one of the boys, I don't know if they don't have them in Korea, but I believe it was a firefly because they were in Chicago, flew up towards one of them, and he kind of like freaked out because he didn't know what it was because I don't think it was a firefly. It was that or a dragonfly they were talking about it, but they don't have those there. And so it was like glowing and like flowing at him. And so he like freaked out and like jumped back
panic.
from it. But
Oh,
whatever
Just
it
a
was, it was really
firefly.
funny.
it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I think they had told him that, but yeah, I didn't like obviously do anything to him, but it was just really entertaining. But yeah, I don't know. It was a funny time, but I really wish they kind of get them an indoor venue that has like a larger seating capacity because they immediately
Mhm.
sell those concerts out within like seconds. Honestly, when they sell them, like we had to wait in line on an online queue, and like I had to have like my husband and I wait, and we literally like he got in first. Luckily, we were able to snag tickets, but they were sold out and like within a few minutes, like of coming
Oh,
online
yeah.
for their tickets. So like I
Wow.
feel like they could sell out larger
Pretty big
venues, but
name. Yeah.
yeah,
Air
Yeah.
but
conditioned venues.
yes,
Hopefully
please,
air
air conditioning.
conditioned venues. Oh my
Yay,
gosh.
air
That'd be
conditioning.
cool.
I feel like they're
Oh.
definitely big enough that they could easily do it and they could fill it. And I just don't know if they don't have if they don't have the connection to do it or what the issue is
Or
and
maybe
why
there's
they
some kind of contract, or yeah, it's hard
can't.
to.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Like, I mean, it is like they're like technically a foreign entertainment company, but I would think that they could get the same kind of thing if they wanted to, if they can contract like like Wrigley and those kind of guys. I feel like they
Yep.
could do the same thing with some of the bigger indoor like stadiums and stuff like that. But who knows? Maybe they'll update it for this coming year because supposedly they're going on tour again soon. So,
Ooh. You're like air
um,
conditioning, air conditioning, air conditioning.
yes, please,
Please.
please.
Oh.
Dude, I went to a concert once. It was like out in the middle of the woods over in Ohio for
Mhm.
Naco Bear and Medicine for the People.
That sounds terrible.
Great hippie band. It was outdoors and it was raining, and we were all standing outside in like the mud came like up like well above our ankles. Like it wasn't knee deep mud, but it was,
But it was like
well
above
above
them.
your ankles
So it was
mud.
like
I feel like
in
that
the
could be
calf.
pretty
Yeah.
rough.
And it's all a bunch of hippies, so it's interesting smells. But
Yeah, I can
a
imagine.
Does it
lot of
smell like
mud,
skunk
and it
in
was.
here?
But yeah, it was that one was fun trying to leave at the
I
end when it
bet.
was
I
all
feel like you'd be
slush.
so. You're like, I just need a shower. I am so dead. Just.
Yeah, and it
Oh,
was because
I
I
think my
think
patience level would
we
have just.
spent. Yeah,
yeah.
it was just like it was supposed to be like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing. Like it was a whole weekend long. Like they set up Friday, like middle of the day. Saturday was just like a whole day of like concert and music and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then Sunday was just kind of like the wrap up thing. There was like a bunch
Mhm.
of really cool vendors, a lot of like handmade stuff, like a lot of like wooden things,
Oh,
a
that's
bunch of like
fun.
different charm stuff.
Yeah.
It was really cool, but it was like
The weather was not
the
in
the
favor.
weather was not great,
The
and
hippies were summoning
like
rain with their rain dancing.
it was there were some interesting aspects where I was just like, okay, like trying to get food and stuff. Everybody had so many cool trinkets. No food though. We had to
Yeah, you
try to
gotta
leave.
starve. Okay.
You had to go
Or
find
bring
it.
our
Starve.
own like cooler or something.
Nobody thought to bring food. There wasn't
Starve.
a single food vendor. It's like it's like okay. But yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
No, it was good
I've
times.
it's nice when you do have conventions or at least places that I'm like, they have food trucks. Yay!
Or food like
But no, like
I
they
think the
couldn't
favorite
drive
thing
food
I
trucks there. It was just like all like
Oh,
slippery
it's
back
probably
roads that were
yeah,
all halfway washed away.
Mm,
that's
Like
fair.
no food trucks are coming down there. If there's an emergency,
no.
they're on your own. Bring them to the
Oof.
road. Like
You get the grass. And that's good.
That's fair.
so, yeah, it was an interesting experience. It was a fun one. Definitely one I won't forget.
That's
And
fair.
so, but it does make me like when we go out places and stuff. I'm significantly less picky about the places now. It's like, oh, there's a roof over our heads. That sounds great.
Yes.
There's food like within walking
We're gonna
distance.
be
That's
dry,
awesome.
solid
It's gonna
ground.
I'm okay with all of these things.
The bare
Yes.
minimum.
Yay!
Yay!
You know what? It makes me thankful for a lot of other things.
Oh my
I
gosh,
bet
guys.
after that kind of trip.
I have
So I went there in flip flops because it was muggy, and then it was all mud. I was just
you just
Yeah,
ditch
no,
the
you don't.
shoes.
your
Just
flip-flops.
don't have shoes
At
on.
that point-
Like, just ditch
Well,
'em.
I would be careful at an outdoor event like that going barefoot.
She's wearing flip flops.
I mean, the
It-
flip flops
Oh, I thought you
weren't
were saying
really.
to take off the flip flops. I'm like,
Yeah, take off the flip flops because you're already like it's.
I
nothing there.
suppose you-
over
the-
ankles. It was not.
I'm
There's
honestly
nothing
surprised
there.
you kept your flip flops on. Like
That's what
walking
I'm
through that kind of
saying.
mud,
Like,
they
would
would
it
just
just take
Yeah.
off for you? Like,
It wasn't that one that I lost my shoes at.
it doesn't make any sense.
should have been the one you lost your shoe at. The mud should have eaten your flip flop.
Right.
Nope.
But I
You
do
flip
have an
flop.
idea, guys. I have an idea.
Yeah.
She has ideas.
So obviously we should already go to a Ren fair together, like 100%, no doubt.
Yes.
Yes.
What we should do is we should find a convention, concert, fair thing, anything, right? And we could do more than once. We should find something that none of us have been to and go to it together and then review it here.
Yeah. That'd be
Okay.
Wouldn't that be cool? We could do that once in
That
a
would be cool.
while, just do events that we can like talk about here that we've maybe never experienced or like, whatever, just do that kind of stuff too occasionally. It obviously wouldn't be very often cuz they can get really expensive, but like
Yeah.
we
I
could
usually
still we could still do
once or twice a year.
yeah, once in a while though, do like one all together that none of us have been to. We could bring our hubbies or your situation ship. He's your boyfriend. It's fine. I'm gonna call him that regardless. It's your situation ship. But yeah, we could make it a day. It would be super
Yeah.
fun. It would be super fun. And I think we should do that. And it would also give us a lot of great content.
Definitely.
It
Oh,
would.
definitely. It'd be fun to kind of randomly. Oh, because we would have all experienced the
And we
same,
would
so we
have
can have fun
yeah,
stories
and
to
then we could
Right.
like
off each
talk
other.
about the stories and be like, oh, do you remember this? Do you remember that? Or I liked this. Oh, I didn't like that. Like, we'd have so many different opinions
Yeah.
about it.
I give this a 5.
I
I'm
give
five.
this a 5-star review. So yeah, so
Well,
I think that'd be
You go
really,
to
really
some
fun.
kind of obnoxious like movie theme thing, and they only play 5 movie songs. I'm gonna get so upset.
She's gonna be like,
Fair.
"Mm-mm."
That's fair. I could see that.
Artemy's like, nope, we're done. Like
Yeah.
we hear the first 5 songs, Artemy's like, done.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's my husband had gone to a Shrek rave at the same venue, but it was hosted by a different DJ the
And it was
year
probably
prior.
better.
And it was legit like it was annoyingly just all Shrek things and things Shrek has said that was just remixed into some like EDM thing, and it was
Yep.
that for the entire time. And
Which is
that's what
great.
I was
That's the
anticipating.
point.
And
That's
this
the
guy's like,
point.
oh, here's some Britney Spears. Like,
That was
why?
dumb.
Why though?
This is funny.
Why is Gasolina
is.
playing? Like, this wasn't in the Shrek songs.
It's like, but if you pay
What?
money to go,
Maybe there's some
like,
some video or
listen to
meme out
Shrek,
there.
It's like, I don't know.
What is this? Like, this is just regular club music.
I would be
Why?
offended.
I was upset.
That's
Very
great.
upset.
Hopefully you'll have a future
crowd
better
was great.
rave to attend.
I will
But-
give the crowd like an A triple plus because like everybody was in costume, everybody was having a great time, everybody was booing the
See, that's where
DJ,
I
but
think
they were
when
still
when
having fun.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
when the people make the
Yes.
event worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Rather, they're like, well, the main attraction was meh, but the people, we had a good time.
Yeah.
I made friends.
And then there was
Yes.
there was one guy who was dressed up like a really sketchy looking person with like a trench coat, but he was handing out Pokemon cards. Like he just had like rows of Pokemon cards. And
Like,
that
you want to
was-
see my Pokemon cards?
Yeah, that was like
what was that, a Charizard?
Here you go.
He has a
You should
team.
have
It was great.
hat.
So
He's a Team Rocket logo
Bowler
on
hat
his
with a trench
jacket.
coat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. you know, that's probably what he was doing. I didn't see any R's, but that's
He stole
probably what
those
he was
cards.
going
He's
for
a scalper.
in hindsight.
That would be great. He should have had an R if he did.
The opposite of a scalper. He was going out and getting them and then handing
I
them
know.
out for free. Like he was like a Red Robin, like not Red Robin. He was like a Robin Hood for millennial.
Robin Hood of
I want a
Pokemon
burger
cards.
now.
I want
This
food.
video is
Over
not
here is
sponsored.
Pokemon. Over here is
Not
just
sponsored.
random
We're not
burgers and fries. No.
We're not sponsored by Red Robins, but if you want to give us a sponsorship.
Food.
Food.
Yes, but guess what? A venue with food.
Yes.
Anyway.
Venues
Even
with
if
Well,
it
I hate
came
to
out
be
with
a
you guys trench coat.
buzzkill, but I think we're gonna wrap up at this point because I think
Yeah,
we've had
we're
a good
hitting
amount
that.
of time. But
All right.
if you enjoyed today's episode, go ahead and give us a like, subscribe, follow,
Smash
save to your
that like
playlist,
button.
share with your fellow buddy. Feel free to leave us a comment. If you hate us, that's fine. You like us, that's fine. You go ahead and leave your favorite con or maybe a horrific con experience you want to share. Go ahead and share it with us. We'd love to hear it. So, but thanks again for listening in.
Don't forget
This
to roll the
is
dice.
the Dorky Damsel Dealing Triple D podcast.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah, I gotta roll the
we
dice.
gotta roll the
I gotta-
dice. We gotta
gotta
roll
roll
the
the dice.
dice.
Let me get this out here.
Frick
All
yeah,
right.
dice.
So I got a cool dice set with like little shield and sword icons in them.
That's
I
so
actually
cool.
think I think I actually got them at a Comic-Con actually with you, Uni.
Probably.
All right. All right. We rolled. I should probably do this. Right. I rolled a 4.
Artemy!
Good
We just came full circle.
Woo!
Woo!
Who's the lucky? Oh, is it Artemy?
Artemy!
Yeah!
It's Artemy! Yay!
Yay!
Yeah. Get a full
Artemy is going to
rotation.
be our host for the next episode. Yay!
Yay!
We get to do
don't have
all
an
the
idea
clapping
yet.
and
Okay.
Sorry.
Yippee! Hold on, I got something for this too.
She's got a soundboard.
Yeah.
Golf clap, golf clap.
Oops.
Well, anyway, thanks everyone for listening in. This is the Dorky Damsel Dealings Triple D podcast signing out. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.